So here you can see we've got all this stuff I need to use up here. We've got 4 things to use up out of the fridge. They actually will last ages, the marmalade, but there's a little baby jar with some in. There's some capers with about 8 capers in, which are little flowers which go with fish. So in the freezer, I put all the old stuff that needs using really in one drawer. So all this, and I've put sort of stuff what I can use it for. So this kebab, the kebab sticks will be all right. But there's 3 lots of cheese, that's why I put cheese 3 there. And there's burgers, curry paste, and there's red and green. So what I have done, I can show you that actually, that's quite a good idea. So with the curry paste, I bought some big jars, if I can find them in here. Oh, I've actually labelled it up here. So as you can see, Thai green. Thing is, once you open it, you have to use it within a certain time. So I froze it. That would be enough for one, not a whole curry for all the family. And actually, last time I made it was far too hot. So I'll probably only use half of that, or maybe make it all up, then take some of the sauce out and freeze some of the sauce again, because that only looks about 2 to 3 teaspoons, but I'll make it quite hot. So, and that won't last so long. So that's a good example of what I've done in there. So on here, so on the table is the stuff we're going to have for tea tonight. So I've got some chicken out, and I've also got some cooked beef. So I'm going to make the chicken curry, take some of the sauce of it, put it on the beef, and then stew the beef for about an hour. We've also got, this is left over from Christmas, that's the giblets, the turkey liver, so we're going to make pate tomorrow. So I've got that on this list here. So tomorrow, I've got 1 little packet of soup out here, so I'm going to eat the soup. I've got some fruit I found, so I've got some gooseberries and some blueberries. My wife bought these. She likes fresh ones, but she wasn't keen on the frozen ones. But they'd be ideal for blueberry muffins. So we've got that. And I've also got some red currants in the fridge to use up as well. We've only had a couple of days ago, so I'm just going to make some muffins. That's a good way to get rid of that. Now with muffins, obviously it's sponge, but gooseberry sponge, I think that will go well with custard, so we'll have some custard. My son and I both like custard. Celeriac soup. So I've got a weird thing here called a celeriac. Now the reason I bought this is I went to a restaurant with my wife a while ago, and she had, for starters, celeriac and white onion soup, and she liked it, so I saw that and I bought it. I've also got a melon that needs using up. This is going to go in the curry. I've got this, I don't normally use these because I'm a chef, and I either use these sort of paste or the actual individual spices. But this one's just out of date about a month ago, so I'm going to use this one up today. But I am going to put a bit of that and that in to spice it up a bit. I've also got some tomatoes that need using. Spinach in it, which makes it chicken sag. The only vegetable I found that really needed using, as you can see, these are a bit limp. I'm going to do vegetable curried soup tomorrow. So I'm doing vegetable parsnip soup and celeriac tomorrow to use that up. The other stuff I found, my apple, I've got this out of the freezer. My wife loves apple, and she has that nearly every day with yogurt, so that's why I've got that out. These are a good alternative. Peas or soya beans, I'm going to put them in the curry. My wife likes that. I've got a bit of garlic out of the freezer, which I'm going to use up. Pork steaks, I've got out of the freezer using tomorrow. And I've got mussels. So these were a little bit icy, so I've washed them off. Normally you can eat these cold. Where they've been in the freezer for a while, I'm going to fry them with some and we're going to have blue cheese sauce. The most famous thing with mussels is Moors marinara, which is normally shallots, fresh parsley and wine. That's another thing we could do with it. My wife bought these for my son's sandwiches, but they're not great when they're cold. They're better hot, so we're going to have them with the curry. A bit like, not naan bread, but a bit more like a chapati. I've got some beetroot here, which I've frozen. Not sure what I'm doing with that, but you can have beetroot hot or cold. Famous soup, borscht soup with beetroot and cabbage in a Russian soup. This here was an old chicken risotto mix, just the powder. I've got curry tonight. That's going to go cooked in the rice today. So I think so this is what I've done. So I've put here the vegetables we've got in the fridge, and we're going to have chicken with pesto, which I've got the pesto out the freezer, because sometimes I either make it, or if I've used half a jar and I'm not going to use it for a while, I freeze it rather than it just go mouldy in the fridge. Anyway, thank you. So this is this week's challenge. Thank you. Thursday, we're using the pork steaks up. I've marinated them in barbecue sauce, garlic, ginger and some sage. You can see some sage leaves here at my garden. Also, we're going to use some of this marinade here for the chicken wings. But we've also got some spice here. This is tikka spice, so you can buy and just sprinkle it straight on nice and easy like a butcher does. Here's some other things we can use to do. Either you could do an Italian version with the pesto, you could do Thai red curry, that'd be quite hot, or just some barbecue sauce, or make your own barbecue sauce. In here we have one bit of fish left, and we cooked it in paper with some pesto, and there's some flatbreads which we're going to have with some beef curry and with the rest of the food. So when you think the food's half done, I put the timer on, the pork steaks will definitely be half done. The chicken might not be, so as you can see they're a bit too dark. The chicken wings are done, they need to be at least 75. I normally do them a bit more if they're on the bone, they're 88, they're definitely done. So you can see you've got a bit of curry, depends how much colour you like on them. This is really good, this Weber barbecue, and it shuts the lid so it makes it like an oven inside because it's a good barbecue flavour. Depends if you like wings, I like them but they're a bit fiddly. They're a little bit fiddly to eat. Thank you. Here we have this week's challenge, just using up all the stuff that we've got in the fridge. So I had some turkey livers and we've made pate, fried it with some butter, salt and pepper, make sure it's cooked, hand blend it, and then we're going to put it in a ramekin and have that with toast for lunch tomorrow. Here's the bit of beef that we had cooked in the oven, had some curry sauce left. There's the heat's warmed up. And here's the pork steak with some vegetables. I've heated the beetroot up and we had some apple out the freezer to go with the pork. We've also got one bit of fish here. I had a bit of pesto left, so I used that up and I've cooked it onto pot so it doesn't break. You can see it's all wet in there. There's a few capers left. I've used the last of the mayonnaise up and a couple of capers to make a bit like tartar sauce. And that's it. So that's the dishes. Thank you. Bye.